Hello students, welcome back to the new class. We are going to begin the new chapter, chapter number 2, polynomials of class 10th from NCERT. So before we start solving the exercise, let us try to understand about the introduction of this chapter. What is a polynomial? Introduction. What is a polynomial? Poly means many. So it's a polynomial means an expression which is made up of many terms. Like again, polynomial is written by using terms, arithmetic terms. Again, what is a term? What do you mean by a term? Term is product of variables and constants. Suppose if I write 3x, 3 is a variable and 3 is a constant and x is a variable. So it is one term. And if I write here 3x plus 5, here there is only a single constant, but it can also be written as 5 into x power 0, because anything power 0 except for 0 is 1. So x power 0 is equal to 1. 5 into 1, 1. So here we have two terms. 3x is one term and 5x is another term. So polynomial means an expression which is made up of arithmetic terms. A term which is a product of variable and constant. So poly means many. Before we understand, in the previous classes itself we have learned many times that based on the number of terms we can decide what type of polynomial it is. Suppose if there is only a single term, one term, what do we call that? You know it. What do we call? We call it as a monomial. We call it as a monomial. If we have two terms, what do we call it in? We call it as a binomial. An expression which has two terms, that can be called as binomial. If it is having three terms, we can call it as trinomial. Right? So polynomial means an expression, algebraic expression, which has got at least more than two. It can be called as an expression which has many terms is a polynomial. So here, polynomial. What is a polynomial? We have seen, and based on the number of terms, what each expression is called: monomial, binomial, trinomial. So if anyone asks you what is meant by how many number of terms will be there in a monomial, you can say simply one term. Okay, see, if suppose I write only 5, can I say this as a monomial? Yes or no? Yes, we can call it as a monomial, because as I already told you here, 5 can be written as 5 into variable power 0. Power 0 means its value becomes 1. So 5 into 1 is 1. So it has only single term. And the term is product of a constant and variable. Okay, so that's about introduction of the polynomial. Now, which can be called as? Which is a polynomial? How can we decide whether the given expression is a polynomial or not? Suppose if I write here 3x square plus 5x plus 2. Can you say whether it is a polynomial or not? How can we say whether it is a polynomial or not? So an expression must follow certain conditions to say that it is a polynomial. First condition is the variable should have, or we can say like this, the power of the variable should be a whole number. Whole number means starting from 0 to infinite. So the power of the variable must be whole number. It can be from 0 to any 0 to infinite, any number. So here it is 3x square plus 5x plus 2. So here what is the power of the variable? 2, which is a natural number, or we can also say whole number. So it can be considered as a polynomial. Yes, it is a polynomial. Now let me write one more example. 3x plus 5 plus 7x square. Can we say this as a polynomial? Yes or no? Yes, we can say, because you don't focus on the order of the variables written here. We need to see whether the power of the variable is a whole number or not. Yes, it is a whole number, so it is a polynomial. Based on the power of the variable also, we can categorize them like linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, and then cubic polynomial, and so on. So until class 10th we study only about linear, linear, quadratic, and third one is cubic polynomial. So let me tell you what is a monomial. Monomial means, as I said, the power should be, for example, if I take 3x plus 5, here the power of the variable is 1, so this is called as a monomial. Sorry, it is called as a linear polynomial. It is a linear polynomial. Let me take the same 3x square plus 5x plus 2. Here the power of the variable is 2, so we call it as quadratic polynomial. We have chapter also in class 10th, quadratic equations. And then if the power of the variable is 3, then we call it as, what do we call? We call it as cubic polynomial. Can you do some small assignment finding what is that polynomial called which has got power 4 and power 5, like that? I'm not going to explain here, which is not important also, but better to know what we can cover. You will be able to know the new names. So these are the three types of polynomials based on their power. So as I told you here, this is this form can be called as a polynomial. So what is not a polynomial? Condition, based on the condition again, the power of the variable should be a whole number. Now can we have any expression where the power is not a whole number? If I write root 3x plus 5, it is a, here the power of the variable, what is the power? We can separate the root 3 into root x plus 5. Root 3 can be written as it is. Now root x means, we know what is the meaning of root. It is power 1 by 2, right? It is power 1 by 2 plus 5. So compare with the condition. What is the condition? The power of the variable should be, or you can write here must be, not just sure, compulsory it is, must be whole number. What is this? It's a rational number, it's not a whole number. A whole number can be a rational number, but rational number may or may not be a whole number. So a 1 by 2, power 1 by 2 is not a whole number. It's not a whole number. So can we say that this is a polynomial? No, this is not a polynomial. Let me write one more example. 1 by x square plus 3x plus 5. Can you say? You may think that, sir, yes, here the power is 2 only, but when you write it in the actual form, this comes up, it becomes minus 2. When the denominator comes to the numerator, sign gets changed, minus 2 plus x plus 5. What is the power here? Minus 2. Minus 2 is not a whole number, so it is not a, this is also not a polynomial. So now you understand the condition for the polynomial. Polynomial must have a whole number as the power of the variable. If the power of the variable is not a polynomial, is not a whole number, then that is not a polynomial. So two things I have explained. Now what the other term we learned here is degree. What is meant by degree of a polynomial? Degree means not the courses that we study. Degree. This is also an important topic from this chapter. Writing the degree. of the polynomial. Degree of the polynomial means the highest power of the polynomial. There may be so many variables, maybe x square, x cube, x power 4, whatever it may be, as many as there can be. So out of all those variables, highest power जिसका भी होगा, वो जितना भी होगा, that will be the degree of that polynomial. Suppose if I write 3x power 5 plus 4x cube plus 3, I have written only few, it can also be a polynomial. Here what is the highest power of the variable? 5. So degree is equal to 5. Clear? So degree here is equal to 5. Now next. So now I think you are clear with the degree. Degree means the highest power of the polynomial is called the degree, 5. Now other thing is 0. 0 means not this 0, but this definition has some link with the value 0. What is the 0 of the polynomial? 0 of polynomial. Degree of polynomial हमने देखा. What is 0 of a polynomial? Suppose if I take a polynomial representation can be written as P. P stands for polynomial, and polynomial in x. P of x means polynomial in variable x. Polynomial में हम जो variables लेते हैं, it is not compulsory that we should take always x. It can be y, it can be z, or any other alphabet you know. So I am taking here the polynomial in variable x. So it is p of x is equal to, I am writing 3x square plus 5x minus it is minus 8. This is the polynomial I have taken. Now what is the 0 of this polynomial? 0 of the polynomial मतलब इस polynomial का 0 क्या है? So 0 होता क्या है? 0 मतलब 0 भी also is a value. 0 भी 0 मतलब सिर्फ ये 0 नहीं है. 0 मतलब एक वैल्यू है जिसको इसमें हम पुट करने पर, रिप्लेस करने पर पूरे पॉलिनोमियल का वैल्यू 0 हो जाएगा. सपोज मैं डायरेक्टली वैल्यू ले रहा हूँ यहाँ पे. इफ आई पुट लेट x इज इक्वल टू 1, आई एम टेकिंग 1. सो एक्स प्लेस में मैंने 1 लिख दिया. p ऑफ 1 इज इक्वल टू 3 इंटू आई जस्ट रिप्लेस x 1 स्क्वायर प्लस 5 इंटू 1 माइनस 8. p of 1 is equal to 3 into 1 square is 3 plus 5 into 1 is 5 minus 8. Now 3 plus 5 8 minus 8, end result is 0. So p of 1 has become 0. That means by putting value 1 in the place of x, the entire polynomial has become equal to 0. So जिस भी वैल्यू को पुट करने पर पूरे पॉलिनोमियल का वैल्यू 0 हो जाता है, उस वैल्यू को हम कहते हैं 0 of the polynomial. So now tell me what is the 0 of the polynomial. So here 0 of p of x is 1, क्योंकि 1 को हमने x के बदले में 1 पुट किया है. So 1 is the 0 of this polynomial. So इसी को हम लिखते हैं x is equal to 1, और सिंप्लीफाई करने पर x माइनस 1 हो जाएगा. x is equal to 1 लिखते हो, इसको हम 0 कहते हैं, और इसी 1 को आप लेफ्ट साइड लेके आया, x में से माइनस हो गया, अब ये हो गया है फैक्टर. सो दे बोथ आर इंटर रिलेटेड, 0 and factor. So I hope you understand these simple things we have already learned in the previous classes. You just watch it at least 2 times, you'll understand it better. Thank you.